This is Loch Ness.
22 miles long. It's huge.
I've come to Scotland to meet the people who've spent their lives hunting the monster, and others who claim to have seen it.
20 odd years ago, sitting beside the loch, and I saw this black hump come out of the water, and it's when it came out the second time that I thought that definitely there's something there.
It was like a torpedo going through the water. It's the size of a car.
He saw an object which he described as like an upturned boat. It turned, went against the headwind and disappeared. There were 9 witnesses.
And I've scrambled down the bank to the water's edge. This is Urquhart Bay. And this is where all those monster hunters used to set it out and watch the water. And this is what they thought it was originally. A Jurassic reptile called a plesiosaur. And of course it was bigger, and you have to imagine it swimming through the loch.
The longer I sit here watching and waiting, the more chance it's going to be me that gets that final piece of proof that solves this mystery. That's all I want to do in my life, solve this mystery.
Steve Felton parked his van here over 25 years ago to look for the monster.
If there is something out there, a creature, what do you think that might be?
Nessie could still turn out to be a dinosaur, but at the moment I see it more likely to turn out to be something like a Wales catfish. Now this thing is the biggest freshwater fish in the world. It grows to about 4 or 5 metres long. It's got a smooth back, which is what people describe here.
The hump.
The hump, the upturned boat type hump going through the water.
And out on the water, I meet skipper Dick Rayner, who's been investigating the mystery of Loch Ness for half a century.
The thing we were looking for was between 20 and 40 feet long, with a long neck and hump that came up onto the surface from time to time. On the sonar, it'll be a huge echo. We're over the deepest part now. It is 745 feet.
Wait, look at that. 2 of them.
But Dick is not impressed. Just a couple of fish, he says. But what about this image caught on sonar?
We have found the Loch Ness Monster.
Naturalist Adrian Shine, who has led more expeditions at Loch Ness than anyone else, last year struck gold. Using a kind of super sonar in one of the deepest parts of the loch, he and his team found this.
Long-necked, 30-foot body of a monster.
Actually, it's the remains of a huge Nessie created for a movie shot here 50 years ago. A prop, not a real monster.
Perhaps it's as real as they get.
Definite fake. 3 hay bales covered in tarpaulins.
And the evidence against there being an unknown creature here is stacking up. Most of the photos of Nessie are hoaxes.
A local guy took this. He towed a nice bit of fiberglass behind his boat. Okay. But this is the famous one. This is it. The surgeon's photograph, the iconic picture of Loch Ness. It's actually this little thing. It's a submarine with a plasticine monster's head on top of it.
And yet, the Highlanders who live here say...
I know many people that have seen things that are totally unexplainable, would not reveal for fear of ridicule.
Well, I have said that this is dragon country, and that if there aren't any dragons here, then there jolly well ought to be.